Power is never a gift. It is never handed down by generosity, sympathy, or accident. Power is claimed by those who understand that life rewards initiative far more than it rewards patience. Many people move through the world waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for someone to open a door, waiting for recognition. They cling to the belief that if they work hard quietly, if they remain agreeable, if they simply wait long enough, someone will eventually elevate them. But the world is not shaped by those who wait. It is shaped by those who choose to act with precision, intention, and courage. To gain control over your life, you must first accept that no one owes you opportunity. No one is required to grant you influence. If you desire a place at the top, you must climb there with purpose. The essence of this law lies in understanding that power responds to action, not desire. Wanting success does nothing without movement. Wishing for authority changes nothing without strategy. You cannot expect others to see your potential and volunteer to uplift you. Most people are too focused on their own struggles to invest in elevating someone else. If you do not take command of your own path, it will remain unclaimed. You must become the force that pushes your life forward. Waiting is passive. Action is transformational. The moment you decide that you are responsible for your rise is the moment you begin to reshape your fate. Power grows in those who embrace responsibility instead of excuses. Excuses are the language of the powerless. They justify hesitation, weaken ambition, and turn people into spectators of their own story. But responsibility changes your relationship with struggle. It forces you to see obstacles not as reasons to stop, but as tests that measure your resolve. Responsibility allows you to operate with clarity because you understand that the outcome is yours to create. When you stop blaming time, circumstances, or people for your stagnation, you reclaim the ability to act, and those actions, consistent, calculated, and bold, build the foundation of power. Calculated action is not reckless impulsiveness. It is movement guided by observation, awareness, and intention. Before you strike, you study. Before you commit, you understand the terrain. Before you advance, you identify the weaknesses in your environment and the strengths within yourself. Power is not only taken, it is prepared for. Those who rise strategically do not depend on hope. Hope is uncertain, unreliable, and often blinding. Strategy is sharp, deliberate, and grounded in reality. When your actions come from understanding rather than wishful thinking, your decisions carry weight. You stop stepping blindly and start stepping with purpose. To take power, you must master the ability to act when others hesitate. Hesitation is the silent thief of opportunity. It allows someone else to step into the position you were meant for. It allows time to dilute the advantage you once held. It allows fear to grow larger than your ambition. Meanwhile, those who act with decisive confidence move ahead, taking the rewards that hesitation leaves behind. The world does not pause for indecision. It moves quickly, and those who move with it take the lead. Power also demands that you recognize the influence of perception. People follow strength. They trust certainty. They gravitate toward those who appear in control of themselves and their direction. When you carry yourself with confidence, genuine confidence, not arrogance, you signal to the world that you are capable of leading. But confidence is not built through talk. It is built through repeated action. Every time you take control of a situation, every time you move forward without waiting for approval, every time you choose progress over comfort, you shape your identity into one that commands respect. Seizing power requires an inner shift. You must abandon the mindset that waits for validation. You must detach from the fear of making the wrong move. Perfection is the enemy of progress. If you wait until you feel ready, until the path is smooth, until everything aligns, you will never move. Power belongs to those who act even when uncertainty remains. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision to move despite it. The moment you take action in the face of doubt, you strengthen yourself. You begin to see that you are far more capable than hesitation suggests. Finally, power demands endurance. A single bold action may open the door, but consistent action keeps it open. The process of claiming control over your life is not a single moment, but a disciplined practice. Every day you choose to act, you add another layer of strength. Every day you resist complacency, you sharpen your edge. The more you act, the more natural power becomes to you. It shifts from something you chase to something you embody. Perception is the invisible currency that governs influence, respect, and authority. The world does not respond to your intentions, your goodness, or your potential. It responds to what it believes you are. People make decisions based on the image you project long before they understand the truth of who you are. This is why controlling perception is not vanity. It is strategy. Those who understand this operate on a level above those who assume that truth speaks for itself. Truth only speaks when perception allows it room to be heard. If you fail to shape how others see you, they will shape it for you, and their version will rarely serve your interests. Controlling perception begins with understanding that every interaction is a stage. Whether you realize it or not, you are always communicating something. Your posture, your silence, your confidence, your responses, your expressions, each phase, it sends a message. When you ignore the power of these signals, you give others permission to interpret you however they wish. But when you become conscious of them, you begin to sculpt the narrative that surrounds you. You do not need to manipulate or deceive. You simply need to direct attention with intention. People naturally fill the gaps in their understanding of you. If you present strength, they assume capability. If you present certainty, they assume competence. If you present restraint, they assume depth. The mistake most people make is believing that being genuine means being completely transparent. Transparency is a luxury only the powerful can afford. Until you hold control, revealing everything weakens you. Your thoughts, goals, fears, and intentions should not be displayed openly, because once they are known, they can be used against you. Perception requires selective revelation. You show what strengthens your narrative, and you conceal what dilutes it. You reveal your resolve, not your doubts. You reveal your discipline, not your uncertainty. You reveal your direction, not your entire map. When people see only the parts of you that elevate your position, they naturally build the rest of your image in your favor. Perception also shapes how people treat you. If they see you as insignificant, they will ignore you. If they see you as weak, they will test you. If they see you as indecisive, they will attempt to lead you. But if they see you as confident and controlled, they approach you with caution and respect. Humans are deeply influenced by the energy you project, and they respond to your confidence long before they understand your capability. Your presence can speak louder than your accomplishments if you learn how to wield it. When you carry yourself with a steady, grounded demeanor, you communicate that you are not easily shaken. This alone creates an aura of authority. Controlling perception also means mastering emotional discipline. People are quick to judge those who react impulsively or emotionally. Outbursts, complaints, and visible frustration erode the image of strength. The more emotional control you demonstrate, the more power others assign to you. When you respond calmly to chaos, people assume you understand things they do not. When you withhold anger, they misinterpret it as wisdom. When you refuse to be provoked, they see restraint, not vulnerability. Emotional control is one of the most powerful perception tools because it creates uncertainty in others about what you are truly thinking. That uncertainty becomes influence. Another key to shaping perception is controlling the story others tell about you. People talk. They form opinions based on fragments, assumptions, and moments. Instead of resisting this, guide it. Align your actions with the reputation you want to build. Present yourself consistently so the narrative becomes unmistakable. Repetition turns perception into fact. When people see you repeatedly behave with discipline, they call you disciplined. When they see you consistently speak with clarity, they call you intelligent. When they watch you navigate challenges calmly, they call you strong. People rarely question the patterns they observe. Once your image is established, it becomes self-sustaining. You must also understand that perception determines opportunity. Doors open not for those who are deserving, but for those who appear ready. People with influence offer chances to those who look capable, not those who quietly wait to be acknowledged. If you want greater opportunities, project the traits that align with them. Present yourself as someone who belongs in the spaces you aspire to enter. Walk into rooms with the posture of someone who contributes value. Speak with the conviction of someone who knows their direction. Act with the certainty of someone who has earned their place. Perception is not about pretending. It is about amplifying your strongest qualities until they define how others experience you. It is about understanding the psychology of influence. People are drawn to confidence, impressed by competence, and guided by presence. When you combine these traits intentionally, you shape your environment instead of being shaped by it. You take control of the narrative that directs how others treat you, speak about you, and respond to you. Human nature follows patterns that rarely change. People may appear complex on the surface, but beneath their expressions, their words, and their acts lie impulses that have remained consistent throughout history. Desire, fear, pride, envy, insecurity, ambition. These forces shape decisions more than logic ever does. When you understand this, you gain a distinct advantage over those who assume interactions are random or driven by reason alone. People behave in ways that mirror their internal motivations, and once you learn to read those motivations, you begin to see the invisible lines directing their actions. This law is not about judging others. It is about recognizing the patterns that govern them so you can move through the world with clarity instead of confusion. To navigate conflict effectively, you must begin by accepting that emotions drive people far more than rational thought. A person who feels threatened will not respond with logic. They will respond with defense, resistance, or aggression. A person who feels valued will naturally align with you, even if your goals differ from theirs. A person who feels insecure will either cling to you or compete with you. Understanding these emotional triggers allows you to influence outcomes without force. Influence is strongest when it feels natural to the one being influenced. When you recognize what someone wants or what they fear, you can speak to their emotions instead of confronting their surface behavior. Human nature reveals itself through patterns that repeat in every environment: workplaces, friendships, relationships, alliances. In every group, there will be those who crave attention, those who seek control, those who desire approval, and those who fear conflict. Once you identify the role each person naturally falls into, you can anticipate their reactions. For example, individuals who seek dominance often act quickly and decisively, not because they are always capable, but because they fear losing authority. Individuals who appear agreeable may avoid confrontation not because they lack an opinion, but because they fear rejection. When you understand the fear behind the behavior, you gain the insight needed to guide interactions in your favor. Predicting human nature does not mean exploiting others. It means navigating with awareness. When you know how someone is likely to respond, you avoid unnecessary conflict. You avoid triggering resistance. You avoid misunderstandings that could have been prevented. Instead of pushing against someone's natural tendencies, you work alongside them. You communicate in a way that aligns with their world. You present ideas in a manner that suits their emotional needs. You anchor your requests in what matters most to them. This makes your influence subtle and effective. People are far more willing to follow a direction that feels aligned with their own desires than a direction that feels imposed upon them. People reveal themselves in small behaviors long before major decisions arise. Their tone, their posture, the way they react under pressure, the way they handle small disappointments, all of these provide clues to how they will act when stakes are high. Someone who panics under minor stress will crumble under major stress. Someone who betrays others in trivial matters will betray when incentives grow. Someone who shows loyalty in small ways is capable of deeper loyalty when trust is earned. Observing these patterns allows you to understand who can be trusted and who cannot, who can handle responsibility and who will collapse under it. Most people ignore these signs because they are distracted by surface charm or empty promises. Those who pay attention gain foresight. When you understand human nature, you also become aware of your own tendencies. You begin to notice your triggers, your impulses, your vulnerabilities. Self-awareness gives you the ability to step out of emotional reactions and into strategic responses. Only those who understand themselves can fully understand others. When you know your own weaknesses, you can prevent others from using them against you. When you recognize your emotional patterns, you can disrupt them before they sabotage your progress. Emotional discipline becomes easier when you see your reactions as predictable processes rather than spontaneous events. Human nature also plays a major role in influence. People trust familiarity. They trust confidence. They trust emotional stability. When you master your presence, you naturally influence the behaviors of those around you. If you remain calm, others feel safer in your direction. If you remain firm, others follow your lead. If you remain consistent, others see you as reliable. Influence is not about forcing your will. It is about becoming the person whose energy guides the room. People are drawn to certainty because certainty is rare. Most individuals are ruled by doubt and internal conflict. When you stand firm, they gravitate toward you without realizing why. Understanding human nature also lets you avoid unnecessary battles. You stop expecting people to act against their core tendencies. You stop wasting energy trying to change those who do not want to change. Instead, you work with what you know to be true about their nature. You see pride before it erupts, jealousy before it surfaces, ambition before it becomes competition. You predict the moves of others not because you control them, but because they follow the same psychological patterns humanity always has. Power, perception, and human nature form the unseen framework of every decision, every conflict, and every rise or fall in your life. When you learn to seize power through decisive action, you stop waiting for permission to become who you are meant to be. When you learn to shape perception, you take command of the narrative that defines how the world responds to you. When you learn to understand human nature, you navigate challenges with clarity instead of confusion and influence outcomes with precision instead of force. These principles are not abstract concepts. They are the architecture of reality. Master them, and you no longer move blindly through life. You move with intention, with strategy, and with presence. The world responds to those who know how it truly works. And once you operate with this understanding, every environment becomes a field you can read, shape, and strategically command.